some bad things in there. I didn't think it was a great game by any stretch. So
we can take a look. Give me a second. Okay, now we... Yeah. Okay, I'm screen sharing. Okay, so... What was the most difficult here in this game? Is it still the bubble management or people being benched up stuff? Or... Yeah, what do you think?
This one was a mix. I mean, this one, you could maybe call it one of those 20%ers where my team's just lost, but I don't want to believe that. I feel like I probably could have swung this game back. It was really jump priority that kind of bothered me a good bit here. And you'll see, I just make a plethora of mistakes. It's like I'm so fresh to the monkey that I don't even know like what I should and shouldn't be doing it most times.
Okay, that's all right. So when are we attacking here? What's your general game plan? What are you looking to do?
Wait, I think the first 15 seconds of this fight are awful. But my line of thought is to go through the left side and then jump the height because they're just going to try and poke me down anyway. So
exactly,
close the gap through left, jump the height.
Okay. Let's take a look. So we starting out going left because we don't want to get poked. Makes sense.
Oh, I get shoot on here.
Okay, so we started out on the left, and there's still an issue where we getting poked actively anyway. Sort of. If you can see, like before we landed, right? Look at our armor, basically, yeah?
It's gone, yeah.
Yeah, it's gone. So, ideally, it's like the same with the Reinhardt. When we swing in, we want to have most of our armor. Or with a Zarya, we want to have most of your shields, okay? So, is there anything we could have done to kind of have more of our armor, potentially?
I guess pause for a second there to get healed up, but... it's tough because it's so obvious on Reinhardt. It's like, okay, I'm on a corner, I'm 300 health, I can't do shit. Versus Monkey, where it's like, okay, my team can't push up if I don't jump these two snipers right now. So then, like, that kind of takes over my brain, and I just jump anyway. But I would assume the answer you're looking for is stabilize, get my health back, then go.
Probably, yeah. Doing something like that. It's also a pretty challenging map to play on because there are a lot of long-range sidelines. That's why something like Sigma, to be honest, even Reinhardt is okay. Here to play Monkey is one of the challenging characters, but still possible. So it's a lot to do with the rotations here. Okay, if we want to have most of our resources, we probably want to get healed, sure. But then there's another thing which kind of bothers me, I guess, if we want to use our resources. Let's put it this way. If something happens to you, can you really escape from here?
Yeah. From there, I can. I mean, you could just turn around and get back through that door, no problem. But
yeah,
if I go any deeper, I'm screwed.
Sort of, yeah. It's just the problem is just with the mechanics, how the Winston works, because when you're jumping, you're kind of getting higher, really high, right? And there's a big chance you can hit the ceiling, you can hit the doorways, and just kind of get stuck in there, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it happens on the next jump anyway.
Right. So, the thing is, which we can do, is to think in what kind of spaces we'll place, so it's easier for you to use the jump, but at the same time, we don't want to get poked as much, okay? So when we engaging, okay, well, sure, maybe you want to jump the snipers, maybe. So this rotation, it can be looking like this, sure, but then there's a problem with mechanics. I don't think it's the biggest one. It's rather, okay, I think the bigger problem is that we want to abuse the fact that we have mobility right from the start somehow. So when we close in the gap, if you play with those snipers, right, or anything, if you're trying to engage, want to take advantage of the fact that you have mobility somehow. So it's either we jump on someone right away or we're getting closer, okay? So is there anything we can do to kind of close the gap potentially and use our jump here? Like, what we could have done with the jump potentially?
Yeah, I got two ideas. The first one is jumping with the your cursor is actually pretty close to it, jumping through that window there up high ground right side in the green room.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Kind of.
Or jumping
Mhm.
across the street to get further right and go for the wide swing right.
Yeah, for example, so generally speaking, what is that called? It's kind of you just staging, you trying to do this double jump. It's usually pretty common to kind of jump to the cover and then try to jump the enemy instead of just kind of jump straight away or walk and jump. It's just faster, generally speaking, okay? So
Okay.
our idea with the resources to maximize those before the engagement, let's put it this way, and our jump helps us to do so because we're rotating, because we're getting faster, like we're rotating faster and we're jumping from cover to cover, and now there's a bigger chance you're gonna have more resources. So even this walking, this is like still problematic because you might get poked, and you did kind of with Rumatro, but because you're using your mobility, there's less chance. Remember when you playing the ball, if you're actively just going around, yes, people turn around to you, but you're really fast and you just like going from one place to another in 1 second. So that is something you can take advantage of. Okay.
So I guess in the perfect world, would you say that I need to be under the arches in the yellow building on the right side there, or on the second level of the green building there?
I think in this case, I would jump to the right, probably, because
Okay.
there's a less
So
chance
you jump there and then okay.
there's a less chance you're gonna get poked by anything based on what they're doing, seems like, because this here it's kind of common to pick this way, it's pretty easy, but like from here nobody can pick here, and you can hide from this angle too. So that's your idea, like we wanna just keep that simple idea, make sure you have the most of your resources possible. Jump helps to close the gap, and then have more of your armor and shield potentially. Okay, so this is
So basically thinking it as like a two-step jumping phase. So it's
yes,
jump to
maybe.
set up, then jump to engage, as opposed to walk to set up and then jump to engage. So it's two jumps instead of one.
Yeah, usually it's a common theme on the attack when you kind of do this double jump, right? When you're getting closer and closer, there's a problem as well. Like if you're trying to engage your team, they're not really actively able to do damage, so realistically we don't need to engage right away. We can just spend this time jumping and then jump these guys. On a defense though, you will notice how it's kind of, you can just stage somewhere, kind of hide somewhere, and you don't need to use your jump to jump the enemy. You can just kind of drop. So this is
Of
like
course, right.
more common. Yeah,
Right,
common.
there's exceptions to every rule, of course.
Yeah.
And would you say that the snipers here, I guess is my last question there, obviously got fried by that widow, but
yeah,
obviously the snipers there are higher value than the backline because they're just gonna pummel my. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is okay. Target priority is good. We jumping what is dangerous, what is easy to kill. At the same time, the sniper is a pretty good target. You just see this. This is what the most Winstons have the problem with, like your house right now, and it should be full. Like right here.
Yep.
It should be full
100%.
somehow. Yeah, so maybe if you do this weird rotation, can work, by the way. Just being creative, why not? Okay, so jump helps. Jump from cover to cover. Okay.
Other thing, tech thing, I gotta turn my head there on that jump.
Yeah, this is like mechanical one, sure. Yeah, you know that. Especially with the long range jumps, kind of, it's one of the most important things, yeah. Okay, so we're starting on the card at this point. Now, jumping.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
To the corner. Oh, so did you aim to jump on the high ground?
Yeah, and I got pulled down by the Ramnade.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see how it is. What's the... Okay, why do we use the shield right here? Is that because we react to Rumatro damage and, or...
I think that was more of like an oh shit button because I didn't even plan on being there.
Let's see, okay. Well, that happens. Okay, let's switch a little bit more. Of course, ideally, it would be just us reacting to the more bursty damage, which kind of goes through the shield, but this is like... Great. Okay. So we'll walk, and then we kind of jump in there, okay? But then there's attentions from the Widowmaker. Okay, what do you think about this jump here?
I think the execution of the jump is horrible because I'm jumping somewhere where I have absolutely no corner to work with. I mean, I have that little corner, but that's not going to do much for me.
Mm.
Um, that's first. Honestly, the better jump, just looking at it, is jumping to the high ground there and then dropping down.
Yeah.
For the engage. That makes more sense off the rip. But I guess what I'm trying to do with this is kind of put indirect pressure on the ram. But the execution there is not going to achieve that through the Widow. I need to go on the Moira and bubble her because then the Widow's blocked off and the Moira's getting pressured, so the Ram's by himself.
I think this is possible. Yeah. You. I would say like doing both can work. Maybe going on Moira can work if you playing the corners right, or going on a Widow can work if we just approach it a little bit differently instead of just maybe jumping straight away. We kind of close the gap as much as possible, and because the Widow is out in the open, then we gonna have the jump to get out. So we just on this high ground. But yeah, let's watch more.
Yeah, so I think this is a bad jump, and the only reason I bubble is because it's a bad jump.
Bubble, well, that makes sense because our house is like low there, so yeah. Okay, so getting out. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, the car got pushed up. That sucks. That's what it is. I mean, just don't make a bad jump. You don't die there.
Okay, got the Moira.
Actually feeding. Like, that's not a good kill.
Nice. Okay, well, they just overextended this point.
Yeah, I don't even know what that was. Like, that was just a whole team feeding. But that's what makes Monkey good for the, like, the climb through, because he just punishes mistakes so well.
Yeah, exactly. You have a lot of mobility.
Okay, this is contentious. I think this was a horrible play that worked out really well. You tell me.
Okay. You gonna primal here, or?
Absolutely. That's my inner Reinhardt, just doing completely degenerate things with an ult.
Well, you sort of can, if as soon as your team can follow up on that. It was kind of, let's put it this way: if you know the soldiers, or like anybody from your team can actively follow up from that pressure, this is good. If the reason behind it is like this, if not, then
oh, I hit Q because I thought I was dead.
Yeah, that is what I like. That is what it might be, the where it might be the problem. Like, let's say we wait for a little bit better timing when our teammates are being more aggressive, like they sort of peak more aggressive way, and then we trying to primal. I think that makes sense. Getting solo kills also works. It's just there's a low chance getting those. Yeah, it's just like the concerning part is like, can my team get value? If he has, then good. If not, then that's why you want to make sure the kind of ideal player would be, I want to wait a little bit when my team does stuff. Okay, then I go, and then this is good primal. Yeah, as a consequence, this turned out good because soldier went in. So
I think the other thing though, and like maybe you can tell me if this is wrong, like just thinking as a Ryan player first, I always think to plug chokes when we're this close to capping. So I was like, I have to push this, otherwise they have height. I have to do it, and I'll hit Q if I have to, because I don't want to get another fight there at the end of first.
You can, yeah.
No, I don't know. I mean, I guess it's more of a playstyle question kind of a thing.
So so right here, is that the same kind of intention as well? We just wanna
no, like I'm up here and I'm saying I can't let them get through high ground here, strictly because I need to plug this to make sure they don't contest.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I see what you're saying. Okay. So let's put it this way: if you trying to prevent them contesting, is that possible to kind of get more potential value from your primal? Because yes, sure, you can primal like here, but what about if I just primal here, like in their spawn? Yeah, it seems like really risky. Like, yes, you drag a lot of the attention, but are we really stopping the enemy team like directly, and so to speak, your team can get value from that when you're doing that? That is the big problem. If you trying to hold the chokes, kind of prevent these guys from doing things. As soon as your team can get value, like while you're stopping them, this is like always nice. So ideal play would be doing what? Maybe, let's say you want to hold this high ground, you want to prevent the guys from taking it, then kind of wait for them to push it through, and then start your primal there, usually. So you either get a kill, like there's a bigger chance they get a kill because they cannot kite easily. So there's like, I usually use terms of friendly, enemy space, sort of. You kind of drag them in closer to your friendly space. So your friendly space is kind of this entire segment,
Right.
and their enemy is kind of these, let's say, blue. Yeah, and you're trying to drag them as much as possible to the friendly until they cannot get value. So it's probably like there would be this doorway, this I don't know, this here. If they starting getting closer to your friendly space, you can start contesting them and make it hard.
Okay.
Because there's just a big chance if you're trying to go too deep, someone will touch, but your team cannot get value if you like in their space too much, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing as with Reinhardt, but you know, you just want to kind of extend it a little bit more. By the way, by extending it more, you also there's a bigger chance you get more value from ultimate just directly because there's you apply more pressure, kind of, well, because you drag them and choke a little bit more. Because like here, this Hanzo kites and he gets support, right? But yeah, it's okay though.
Okay.
It's just the thing about we wanna let them kind of win a little bit, okay?
I'm saying this wholeheartedly. I think Monkey is up there for hardest character in the entire game. Like, it's just so hard to extract value. Like, compared to, like, other characters. That is a horrible jump, by the way.
What do you think about
That's just skill issue.
What do you think about your initial setup here?
It's good if I'm on Reinhardt. It's terrible if I'm on Monkey. I need to be on an off angle somewhere. So, like, maybe in that corner to the right up there or on the staircase. This way they can, you know, turn their head. But I don't know if the kill box is there yet, so...
Right. So you're saying like stairs where? Stairs here?
Maybe like there, maybe on the bottom of the other stairs,
Here.
or in that front right corner.
Right.
But
Okay.
where I'm at right now is useless. Like, it doesn't do anything for anybody.
Yeah, but you kind of mentioned the problem is if it's starting out here, there's no kill box. Your team cannot get kills. So what do we do with that pressure?
Like that's gonna end up me getting poked out and jumping out.
Yeah. Okay. So if you use bubble, let's put it this way: when we hard engaging, what that means is using your bubble, and when you're using your bubble, ideally most of your teammates should get value with that resource, right? So if this is not,
I could also go through that door on the right by the mega, not the one below, but the one on top of it. Because that gives me a corner to work with, and then that kind of opens up the off angle as well. Turn around, it's going to be right.
Which one? So like this here?
No. Flip around. 180,
mean,
180, right there, that door.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
Oh, I'm not even talking about that one. No. It's you see the Leaf on the other team, the Weaver, under him.
The Weaver, right? Give me a second.
No,
so
literally where it says team 2. Where it says team 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
Fuck,
just so
no,
lost
that's on
as
me.
well.
I'm so stupid too. Here,
Okay,
pan the camera right. Pan the camera slightly right.
Yeah.
That door.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
That door.
This can work actually. Okay. This can work.
That's
okay, I got it. Yeah,
that would have made way more sense.
Wait, I forgot.
At least in my mind.
Yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, this makes sense. Sure. Okay. I'm just thinking,
like, let's say if they go to contest cart, I just drop and I can chow, or if they're taking high ground, I have the contest there. Like, I think that just makes sense, but where I'm at right now is useless.
You know, did you? So there's, I'm just starting to think. Like, there are two terms you can think about. I think we discussed it with you. It's soft engage and hard engage.
Yep.
How do you soft engage with Winston?
I would prefer the soft engage to be one where I'm using my leap out instead of in, or
Exactly, yeah. This is good explanation. Or okay, or what?
or the situation where I can disengage without a jump. So let's say that ledge that they're about to walk off of, if I jumped onto it and then dropped down without dying, that can constitute a soft engage. But right there, it's not a great example. I'm thinking more like that Numbani first, where you can jump up, contest, and then drop down to that mega and be fine. Something like that can be soft engage too. But I would say not needing to use a jump in a sense to engage is going to be a soft engage. When you're using jump to get in, it's a hard engage, because then you need the bubble to prolong yourself.
Yeah. The really good indicator of like hard engage is we using the bubble. So it's, first of all, it's bubble for you, of course, you able to do damage, but secondary, it's also a bubble which helps your team to do damage too, or just kind of block the damage for them. So is there, I'm just thinking, like, if you would soft engage, right? Because usually it kind of looks like we soft engage first. The point of soft engage, we force something. Yeah, we force cooldowns. We maybe force an enemy team to reposition. But if we would soft engage, if we start with this doorway, you can't really do that, right? You can only like poke from the, I don't know, with the right click. Well, maybe it could work if they trying to like walk here.
Yeah, you would have to be really patient with it to turn it into a soft engage.
Yeah, exactly. You have to kind of let them in more. So the thing is, what we can do with the Winston, think about it like, can I disrupt the enemy even more, maybe? Like, without getting my bubble forced? So, what do you think if you play on the stairs? Can you, like, just start here and turn it in a soft engage, sort of?
I guess you could, right?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. So,
I guess you could, because you're starting there and then you're just going to... Okay, I see. So my line of thought there is I'm losing cooldowns because I'm going to start there, get poked out, and jump out. You're viewing that as a soft engage that's already set up.
Yeah, so we starting it as a soft engage, but then you can escape to not get your bubble forced, and then you can hard engage, for example, right?
Got it.
So it's just we want to make it as comfortable as possible. Like always, we maintain this idea of I want to apply as much pressure as possible without getting my cooldowns forced, like without getting, being poked as much, without me using the bubble. And it's just, there's a problem, like, when you play this long distances with the Winston, it's yeah, you're gonna get poked hard. So you of course, you're gonna be, I don't know, you have to be really, really understandable that there are a lot of enemies though, and that soft engage will be like really for a short period of time. Yeah, this is like one of this little bit risky scenarios because your team is like not that deep. This can work as a soft engage too, is we kind of let them in, we start zapping them. Yeah, maybe we can leap away or something. So I'm thinking this, yeah, but probably just want to kind of create a little bit of our armor, like 20% or something, like just well, 30 maybe, and then jump out. Or like drop, yeah, like you mentioned, this also works. It's just how you use the corner.
That's such a bad jump.
Oh, that happens.
Actually, a skill issue. Let me know if that's a bad jump, though. Oh, I'm gonna get a kill, so I guess it's not a bad jump. This guy's actually selling.
Okay. Well, we cannot kill them, it's okay.
Yeah, that's a bad job.
Okay, we jumping closer. There's a ram. We typing something?
Oh, yeah. I think I said Weaver. What the fuck was that pulling? He's like, it was for the jokes, man.
Okay, so, see how we jump and there's like no armor. And then, well, there's kind of corner, yeah, there's sort of. But there's no armor, okay? How we can abuse the fact that we have mobility and kind of make it easy for you to, I don't know, yeah, jump this guys, I guess. Is there anything we could have done? Is our rotations?
Here, I guess you can walk through the door that I'm going to go out on the left here, reset around that little right mini.
Yeah.
Like, kind of set myself up here and then jump. But I feel like I still get poked out there the same way.
Yeah, I mean, this is possible if there's like no this guys.
Nothing
But
there, but
but this is still like better idea to kind of well we walking. I just there's a problem where we walk through the space and we just walk if they can poke you,
okay.
because especially with attack that it's the same problem with like if I just kind of walk like to here, yeah, from this corner, or I walk this entire space. This is still big chance that we gonna get poked. So somehow you can think about, okay, where do I leave first? I set up myself to kind of I want to get a little bit closer, and then the second leap is kind of you hard jumping, yeah. So what about I don't know, because there's also you gotta be a little bit more creative when thinking as well. Like, well, it's kind of the same with the running card. Maybe it's you can not necessarily be stuck with your team too. Yeah, you can just be somewhere else. And if you
So do you think it's a better engage? I think I just had an idea that works.
yeah,
So
yeah.
do you think the best engage here is that mega that we just couldn't find for 5 minutes, jumping over
So,
there,
maybe
jumping over there, using that as the launching spot, and then jumping in from the off angle? This way nobody's looking for me.
yeah, possibly. Yeah, what do you think?
Okay.
Like if let's say
Like
here
that works
or
too. That works.
yeah, exactly. What do you think?
I think that one looks pretty good here, but there's
Yeah.
a shot that they see me. Even further on the off would kind of mitigate that even further,
Yeah,
but one of those two doors is definitely better.
this is definitely closer though. That's the main point. We kind of closer to this spot which you want to jump, and then there's another thing about your mobility. It's that you turn that attention from the spaces where your team is like
Yep.
they're already engaging, yeah. So because we have that mobility again, like that's why with the Tracer, why Tracer's so good on the flanks. We always saying, oh, Tracer it can turn the enemy team's attention because she just goes all the way back, and then because she can do that because of the mobility. So you need to abuse the fact that you have it. You cannot walk through the same spaces which you would walk with stationary tanks like Sigma, for example. Like Sigma doing all this rotation kind of, well, it can make sense if your team is dead, but if your team is alive, I don't know. It seems
Right.
really long. You don't need to do that, yeah. As Winston, you have this mobility, so go for it, I think. By the way, with the running card, you actually, I would probably do the same. Again,
I would
you have mobility.
100% do that on Reinhardt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is the same thought process. As Winston, you have more mobility, so you can do this even more.
So then that's exactly what causes that jump to be bad. That actually makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's the same line of thought with the why first, like how we walked like without using our mobility, getting closer to the corner, why we were getting poked. It's just, I mean, the corners, you understand it. You jump to it, yeah. You target priorities are good. I think it's alright. It was reasonable to jump the gas.
That's a bad bubble.
It's just like here. Let's say I still
Like
have.
that bubble does nothing for anybody.
No. Well, sure. I'm just. I want to pay attention to this leap here. So why if I have the leap, like why do maybe I end here? Maybe I just can go even deeper somewhere. So I turn the attention a little bit more. Yeah, like the right side. Why not? Maybe
I'm not gonna give you false hope. You're gonna watch me make this same bad jump for the next 2.5 minutes.
No, this is understandable. That's why we're looking for patterns.
No, of course.
Yeah. We want to identify the biggest thing. It's alright. Yeah, it's just again we jumped our armor zone's gun. Well, this is better though. This is better. You use this corner. This is like good, but there's a problem which you see a lot. Why we also going on this rotation?
It's such a vanilla jump, and I'm literally I'm jumping from the kill box, and of course they're gonna shoot at me.
Yeah, it's just their crosshair is gonna be. This is what we call this most common positions. Yeah, this positions where you expect the enemy team to peek mostly. It's kind of this doorway here and this doorway there, and that's where there's a big chance they can poke you as well if you kind of jump with your team. You see the crosshair of this Cassidy? He's destructive with the Torp, and then he might also shoot you also. So there's like just bigger chance. It's harder. Yeah, it's harder to throw his aim off if you're the same spot.
That's a bad
The target
engage.
priority is like Alright, well, we killed them. Which is... okay. You don't need the bubble there, but it's a... Oh, well, you can kind of healing, yeah, but...
Yeah, that was my whole line of thought with that bubble. That's all it was.
That's alright. That's alright.
That's one of my more common bubbles, though. It's definitely the cut heals bubble. But my engagement's not very good with the cut heals bubble, and it just kind of sells it for me. But that makes total sense. Like, now I know exactly why I lost this point. It's because I'm way too vanilla, and I'm playing monkey.
Yeah, it's... like, we were saying it was like... When you was playing ball, was... I was saying the engagement's too linear. We kind of engage from this one space where there's a big chance you're gonna get poked. You can say the same with the Winston. When you like looking for whatever jump, make it less linear somehow. It's either, well, let's just say it this way: you make your engagement less linear. Yeah, maybe you can set up in the space somewhere first, and then kind of poke them, then get out. But maybe you can also do this rotations jump from this space on the far angle, and then engage from there. This is doable. You just gotta be really disciplined with how you play the corners, because you're not ball. You're not able to just be as fast as him. But I would totally do the same. Jump on the right side, probably. Use the corners to your advantage. Go from there. This is alright. Oh, trying to get the Kiri. That's okay. We can skip this.
Not Boger yet.
No, you say not Boger yet?
Not Boger yet.
Yeah. He's quite good. Yeah, he's
the happiest thing I was about that juggle was the fact that I landed on the health pack to take it.
If you want to watch any pro players, just the monkey, J Keru is quite good. It's just you know, I think he's one.
That?
I can just type it. Give me a second, because he's like, I was playing with him in EU as well, so I can say it for sure. Well, Bugger, I also playing with you, but he's more of a streamer kind of. He's still good, but there are a lot of plays where he entertains people, so yeah, he just goes for more flashy plays. But this one, I just sent it to you. You can check him out. He's quite good. I think he's also playing in the World Cup for Britain right now. Yeah.
I'm ranked the GM on 3 servers.
Okay. So this is interesting. Okay. Starting out here. Okay. Think about this. We are starting out of this corner now. We always can break it down to soft engage first and then hard engage later. Yep. So if you're using your bubble right here,
I make it a hard engage.
Yeah, so it's a hard engage, but is it reasonable to make it hard engage right now with the bubble? I don't. What do you think? Maybe so.
I feel like I blow up if I don't bubble there because of rush.
Yeah,
but
because
probably not.
Yeah, but we already made this decision when we jumping, aren't we? Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I make the decision to jump in here, then the bubble's warranted.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think? Is there anything else we can do or should do? Or
yeah, don't waste jump. Don't bubble. Give them a little bit of space. It opens up the back line. If I jump out the left side, then jump back in on the back line.
Remember the main point of the soft engage, right? It was just
to get out cooldowns.
Yeah, and that's
and
what
I
he
just
did.
got an ult out on a soft engage.
Yeah.
And Suzu.
This is what he did right there, and that's where you can just say, okay, now with a soft engage, like you explained to me, you can either jump out or drop, so you're not getting poked as much. As soon as those cooldowns force right here, okay, you probably, I think you can walk it probably out. You don't need to jump even. If you play the corners like this, yeah, you can just walk back, stay here, and then you probably want to let them in slightly, and then hard engage, I think. Well, it's also kind of maybe a little bit reasonable, I think, because your team is here, but I definitely think you can extend it a little bit more. You kind of let them a little bit more.
Yeah.
The team is good setup here, though. It's just, it can be even better. Like, what about the Ashe angle? Like, make it better. Like, this angle for Surgeons for sure not cover it, so, yeah. So it's always kind of soft engage first, okay, get something out, well, disengage maybe like by using corners, slip away, or then hard engage after, probably, is how we think about it. Sometimes maybe you don't have the time to hard or soft engage. You can hard engage right away, maybe going for the kill, like in this case. Like if the target's too isolated, you just kind of maybe can get them. That's alright, well, a lot of your team is dead, yeah. Okay.
That's probably my fault. Alright, now we have Monkey on defense, which I would argue is much harder.
This is harder, but it's interesting to look at how we soft engage, hard engage. So we don't need this technique where we kind of jump and to the corner and then jump, so this is kind of, yeah, double jump. We can just set up right away in the space. And then drop. Yeah, like it's all about like, is it reasonable right now? Like, well, I'm thinking sort of. What do you think? Like we're dropping right now, so we'll make it like hard engage. What do you think?
I don't think I needed to make it a hard engage. And I also think my timing wasn't great.
So should we just engage in a little bit later?
Yeah, I think so. And then soft engage then.
How do you soft engage here?
Suppose it's just drop down, and then I have access back to the high ground that I just dropped from, or I can jump out towards my team.
Possibly, yeah. Maybe. What if we also stay and then just zap from here too? I don't know. Like this is also.
Oh,
possible.
I guess I could.
Yeah, I'm just there's just possibilities. Yeah, because you're not exposed to as much things like with the soft engage. Yeah, you don't want to get your bubble forest, so it's really crucial how you play corners. So why not if you play here and then we're not exposed to this damage? Yeah, instead of dropping here and being exposed to all these guys, yeah? You're kind of forced to use bubble here too early. So probably, yeah, you can just zap, walk back, because this guy's gonna be turning. Well, maybe he will use dynamite on you. It's okay. It's still better than being on your teammates. And because you can stabilize, because you have Ana, after, we can kind of hard engage after, yeah? I'm thinking, try to break it down on this, because well, maybe sometimes there might be no clear soft engage, but if you can always break it down, okay, like I'm forcing out something. Yeah, remember we used the Reinhardt, we were saying this as well, when we're looking for the pressure, we kind of forcing the cooldowns out, and then we shielding them, and then we can kind of maybe go for more aggressive play. We can pin, like let's say you're trying to go on Ana, yeah, you forcing the your sleep dart first, the same thing. But with the Winston, with the soft engage, you usually force something like not CC like big burst, but you kind of force their mobility and yeah, some of the defensive, I guess. You force them reposition, you force, I don't know, maybe like fades. Just want to be careful. This is alright. Yeah, shield dancing. This is good. Yeah, even like staying here makes sense if you soft engaging. So like you can soft engage first, yeah. You can maybe even make it hard engage. So it looks like we're starting here, peeking first. Force, that is the soft engage where you force out something. Then you kind of go back. You kind of extend them a little bit more. So they going into your space. They have to maybe go on you. This is also good. It still kind of does the same thing. Your team's gonna shoot them. and then you hard engage after. So it's not just like one kind of action. It's one action, then the second one. Yeah.
And the second one's where the real carry value comes from.
Yeah.
After I got the cooldowns out, then you can pop off.
Yeah. So this is where there's like, yeah, well, even this works. Yeah. Let's say these guys are pushing you from here. You force what? You at least force this here. Maybe you force
Cast nade as well.
Yeah, cast nade, you can jump out. You just probably want to do it a little bit early as soon as you hear him, but there's like soft engage at this point. You soft engage, okay, you reset, now you can hard engage. Yeah, that was kind of accurate there. Yeah, that's what you can do a little bit more. Not as the good Winstons, they do it a lot. That's why it makes sense to even be on this gas station, yeah? You don't want to be like from really far, like here.
Yep.
That's why we didn't want to be like that far here. We want to maybe be on the stairs. I don't know. There are some creative things you can do. Maybe, I don't know. Hiding here-ish. Well, I think this works. Like, those stairs can work. Maybe this corner can work too. You can experiment and see what works, what's not. I usually, to be honest, I don't even play the Winston on this map that much. Well, I did.
No, it's a difficult map to do it, obviously, but it's more along the lines of just trying to get, you know, proper habits together. So that bubble was to block off heals, but I kind of scuffed it. Like, I should have dropped it right there.
So you soft engage first, you force out the Moira's Fate. Not using the bubble there, yeah, you don't need it. You jump in this. Well, sort of can make sense, yeah. Maybe you can get the kill on him. Yeah, this makes sense. So your teams not necessarily can follow up, but you can get solo kill on the Hanzo by using the bubble. I think this is okay. It's just you want to use it a little bit earlier, like I mentioned. That's all. So you kind of block his storm arrows. But bubble for a solo kill? Why not? So see, this again. You after the hard engage again, the same line of thought. I want to soft engage first. Okay.
Okay.
How do we do it here? Is there anything we can do?
Honestly, I thought the engage that I made, the jump itself was fine. Using bubble wasn't though. Like, if I jump up there, I force the Widow out, and then I can just shot from the top.
Yeah, like, exactly.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is good. This is exactly the point of soft engage. You force her out. Soft engage, force somebody out. This is good enough. And then, from here, you can hard engage. You just hard engage here for some reason, yeah? But you can hard engage, like, right now, maybe. Just let them in a little bit, yeah? You made them turn. This is good. It's just you don't have your bubbles, you kind of lost maybe at this point, yeah. What do I do? Well, maybe I can engage the ram, or try to engage the Smoyer, but there's a big chance you're gonna get pulled, yeah? So you kind of stay here for tomorrow, and then you die. Oh, wait, you don't die. Okay, you die.
Oh, I die.
It's okay.
So that bubble realistically just cost us the entire fight.
Well, of course, don't beat yourself up too much, but you know.
No. I'm gonna beat myself up because if I don't bubble that, and then I have the bubble in the back line.
Yeah.
That Ram's by himself. He dies, doesn't kill 3.
I say you probably carry this with the bubble. Yeah, you probably do.
Okay.
Why? Because you're also close to your ultimate, and I'm really thinking there's a big chance you farm much more of your ultimate if you do the proper one. Yeah. You zap from top, and then you drop. All right. Well, this is sort of, again, solo kill, which makes sense. I'm just not entirely sure if we need it. Like, well, cutting off heals, well, might be needed. You have the more.
I wasn't even thinking cutting off heals. I was thinking I'm throwing this ball down to hopefully save my teammate.
This is reasonable. Well, saving your teammate, I don't think it should be the priority. It's the priority if I get solo kill or not, but you know, I'm thinking this is like good. This is good. Okay. Okay. Is there... So jump here.
I have primal, my whole team's dead, and I need to stall this because I know if we get to second, we're losing. That's my whole line of thought here.
So we kind of, but this bubble also saying we're hard engaging right now, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
But
There's nothing to engage on. Like it's
yeah, but we is it good like hard engage right now?
no, it's terrible
Mhm.
because none of my team's with me. That's first, and then second off, like even where I'm playing around, like it's just not a great spot to be.
Okay, so what do we can do at this point then? So we want to soft engage first, right? So how do we approach it?
I would say probably. I mean, I should probably back up and wait a few seconds, but
Maybe you can.
once that's done, then probably jump to either that top right thing that widows like to sit on, or jumping on top of that that little. I don't even know what you would call that. The thing with the windows on it.
Yeah.
Not that.
So this
You jump on top.
side, yeah.
You can go with that one, or you can go with the thing that you're. It's
Yeah.
pretty much in the middle of your screen right now too. There, yeah, that works too.
Yeah. I get
Jump
it.
somewhere like that.
Yeah, this is possible. So you see again, even with this, if I'm jumping here, so I'm jumping to this corner, or I'm jumping to this corner, or I'm jumping to this corner. The point is, like, a lot of times, because soft engage, we don't want to get bursted as much. You want to jump to the corner, which minimizes the amount of threats to deal with, and even jumping to here, it can work. If you in some cases, yeah, like let's say I'm cutting off all these guys. This is okay, but then we still gotta recognize we soft engaging. Yeah, we forcing the smaller to fade out, so we can look for the hard engage later, for example, or yeah, I think this is good. Or like, let's say you jump the Hanzo, you can maybe force him to leap away, sort of. Well, against the Hanzo, probably will need to. Think about his burst is like quite complicated, but yeah, definitely. If we jump on the Moira, we'll force out Fade, or if we jump on, I don't know, Widowmaker, we can force out Grapple, and then jump on her later. With the bubble. Yeah. I'm thinking both of this can work. Like, what do you explain? This. I think both can work, to be honest. You just...
I would say if I can get to the rightmost one, that's probably better, because it gives me an easier access point to the point.
Yeah, I'm thinking...
It's definitely a little riskier.
I would prefer the right side, too, I think.
Yeah, and I just die because my whole team's not there, and that's a bad engage. I probably should have gave it, but...
So resetting... Yeah, this is... We just gotta escape.
Oh no, that's so bad.
This is unfortunate, yeah. Well, we gotta escape here, okay. So this is the same
this
thing
is
again.
hilarious.
So you jump now. Wait, you get stuck. Okay. Okay. So, but anyway, it is the same thing. Well, it is kind of unfortunate you get stuck, but the same thing. I jump, I force out something, I don't use the bubble, and then later I can hard engage because I forced out them to reposition. Yeah, it's the same line of thought. It's just was unfortunate thing about this. We got poked when we trying to soft engage. That's all.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite difficult, quite snowball at this point. I see.
Like, was any of that my fault? Because I thought I did a pretty good job of getting the Ram by himself.
This is just more of a consequence of this here. There's a lot of space, and then the before because we died. Later I think it was a raid. What we did. Just at this point, the enemy team they have so much space, unfortunately. Because I'm thinking this is right here. I just want to maybe shield dance around the Hans a little bit more because he has the storm arrows. This is the pattern, which is also want to look at it against the Hans. Be careful. Yeah. Definitely you force out the storm arrows. Those are quite scary. Alright, okay. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking,
and then we just lose, and that's that.
yeah. So I'm thinking the biggest one is just around how we use our resources, mostly leap. Okay. We can summarize then at this point, right?
Yeah,
We'll also gonna have a session with your friend right after. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's gonna be classic. He
okay.
said he'll be here in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. That's all right. Okay, then let's summarize.
Yeah, so I mean, first thing is shortening jumps. I think that's super
Mm-hmm.
important because then I'm making jumps with more health, more resources. I can stay in there longer, maybe if you get a few more kills, but more importantly, I'll get more cooldowns out if my hard engages are, at full. I don't know. I don't even know the words I'm looking for. If I have more resources, then my hard engages will get more value, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
That's one. What two? Look for the rotation of the soft engage into the hard engage. That should pretty much be basic workflow. Get cooldowns out first, get out, and then go back in when they don't have cooldowns, and you'll carry.
Yeah.
That's two. Other thing, I didn't really hear you mauling me too hard for my jump decisions, like who I was jumping. So I guess I don't really have to worry about those.
Yeah, I think it was this point. This is okay. Yeah, we can definitely work on this later, but I think the biggest problem
definitely
is
not the biggest problem.
yeah, the biggest part is just our jumps, the things you can make with that.
The quality of the jump themselves weren't great. Not who I'm jumping. The jump itself wasn't great. But that makes sense.
Yeah.
So what I thought was me making bad jumps because I'm jumping into 4 people was actually me just taking the most direct route on the jump and just sponging half my health bar for it.
Right. Yeah. So the first one is like, I would just say it, take advantage of your jump more. So we gotta jump to get closer. So this kind of first jump, then jump on the enemy later. Less linear rotations. With those two. So this like as a sort of note, wanna take a look at that. Understanding the soft engage, hard engage, it's not only about the jump, of course, it's also about understanding when do I use the bubble. Yes, soft engage, like you mentioned, what we trying to do is to force out cooldowns. I'm just gonna say mostly defensive, and mobility. Yeah, something like so the enemies will jump out, like Widowmaker can grapple away. And hard engage. Hard engage, that's where you use bubble and you look for the kill.
Right.
Using bubble to go for the kill, and it can be solo kill or your teammates can kill things.
So the hard engage is strictly when something needs to die.
Sort of. Most of the time.
Of course, there's more exceptions to that, but
yeah,
trust me, I figured out the first rule of Overwatch. There's an exception to every rule, but basically, to think with the rubric of something needs to die because of this bubble.
Yes.
Absolutely the way to go about it.
Yeah, there's like you should be like there's a big chance that something dies. By the way, maybe if you force out ultimate, there's also a big one. It can be like equals 1 kill a lot of times too. Like
fair, yeah, because it counts. That makes sense.
Yeah, this is also quite nice. But if you can force out ultimate like you did with soft engage, that's also quite good. Okay,
got it.
So soft engage, hard engage after. And the specifics. Yeah, when we soft engaging, we can set up to fight. Like you mentioned, then leap away. That was quite good. Or set up to fight and drop. Drop out of. Drop so the enemies cannot see you. Yeah, like use the corners for this. It's either the vertical, horizontal. That doesn't matter. Yeah, we can even be in the spawn room, like here, and you still can do the soft engage properly. You engage, and then you go behind the cover. You let the enemy in a little bit more, and then you hard engage. Yeah, I think this is gonna be the thing as well. We gotta let the enemy in more when hard engaging, and the soft engage is a big part about it. Okay, so set up to fight, leap away, or set up to fight. Hide behind the corner. I just say it this way because the corners can be anything. The corners can be high ground, or it can be this. Okay.
Yep.
I think this makes sense. Yeah.
For sure.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Is in the building. Pull him in here. Oh man, this is gonna be crazy. Yeah, one thing,
Uh-huh.
two things. Just to give you the too long didn't read on this guy.
Yeah, sure.
Very good video game player, plays almost no Overwatch, still looking for his pool, and
Okay.
macro and all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get to know him first, and then I think I will give him some advice first. We'll see how it's that gonna go.
For sure.
Okay.
Do you mind if I'm a fly on the wall on this one? I kind of want to hear what you got to say to Healer. I have no clue what you're going to
Oh
say.
yeah, sure. You want to stay here? Yeah.
I'll mute up. Of course, I'll mute up,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but I'm just curious to see what you say.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you have any final questions before this guy?
No, I mean, a lot of what you were saying kind of echoed what makes sense to me, at least for like what I feel on Monkey. It's like, dude, this hero sucks because I'm always jumping in and I'm just dead.
Oh.
like think about it, because the other two dive characters that I play are Doomfist and Monkey, or Doomfist and Ball, or at least I've toyed around with at some capacity. Doomfist engages super quick, so that's not as much of a problem, or at least it doesn't get drawn out as hard. Same thing with Ball. So Monkey gets punished for less creativity much quicker.
Yeah,
if you execute on Monkey better, you carry harder. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah. I think you're right.
So